Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings. And why is it every time I start a stream something goes weird? I've got some kind of weird indication going on in OBS, and for a moment then I didn't know if I was actually live, but thank you for Lewis. Thank you for Lewis stepping in and confirming that we are live here at Duxford. It's like home. It really is. I know some of the people that watch the channel are... I'm very lucky. I've got a mixture of people that watch the channel. I've got some that like a bit of everything. I've got some that just like helicopters. I've got some that just like warbirds. And I am conscious of the fact that I've not been doing a lot of warbird content. So here we are at Duxford, where we should be. And I'm just... Here we go. Look at that. I've even got the t-shirt on. And did someone say cup of tea? There you go. We got the mug. We got the t-shirt. We got the mug. We got the gift shop. And this should be something quite relaxing. It's going to be relaxing. It's going to be fun. If you want to join, by the way, we're on the Southeast Asia server. That's the Southeast Asia server, starting off here from Duxford. And I'm actually quite pleased you've joined, Lewis, because the inspiration for this flight actually came from a flight that you and I did a long time ago, some years ago. And I can't remember where we started. I want to say we started at Beccles, but I might be wrong. I think we started at Beccles, and we started flying in warbirds. We were flying in the A2A Mustang. That's the A2A Mustang. And we picked people up on the way. I think in the end there was probably about... I think there was maybe 4 or 5 of us. And we ended up going all the way. It was a Sunday or a Saturday afternoon. I think it was a Sunday afternoon. And we ended up going all the way up to Sunborough. And up on Shetland, and we just did fuel stops along the way, and it was just meandering and taking it easy. I don't think we're going to get that far today, but we're just going to have a nice relaxed flight north in warbirds. And also for me, I've not flown the Hellcat in a long time. I've hardly been flying warbirds recently, if I'm honest, so this is a good chance for me to get back into it and yeah, so mistakes are going to happen. I said the other night on the helicopter live stream, I don't do YouTube because I think I'm an expert and that I can teach everyone how to do it. Far from it. I'm just the guy who likes flight sim and sharing it, and I'm going to cock up today. I know I am. I'll be amazed if we don't do a ground loop at some point, but we will see. Tornio, hello from Greece. I love your posters on your warbird. Oh, thank you. That's very kind of you. That, give it a shout out, is the 202 Squadron Sea King, a repaint of which I fly in when I'm doing the hem stuff, and that is Gilda from Spitfires.com. Was Bultby Flight Academy. I had the great honour and pleasure of flying her once, yeah, it's one of those special things. Anyway. That's those two there. There's a whole load of other things which we won't bore you with, but here we go. Right. Okay. So let's quickly jump over to the campaign map. No, wrong one. There we go. Let's go to that one. Oh, it's gone a bit small, hasn't it? Let's have a look. See if we can make that a little bit bigger for you. So many bleeding screens. And every time I start one up, it goes differently. So we're starting here at Duxford, and this is a very loose flight plan, I should say. I literally knocked it together when I decided to do the stream. So we're going to head up this way. We're going to overfly East Midlands, head up to Manchester, and then up through the Lake District for a bit of low-level stuff. I have plotted as far as Inverness. I don't know if we'll get that far. There were reports this morning on Cairngorms, on the top of Cairngorm Mountain, of snow. So part of me is kind of interested to see what that looks like in the sim, but I don't know if we'll get that far. We will see. Anyway, right, let's jump in. Everything's working. If I could just get the right control. That's a good start, isn't it? A quick shout out to who we've got here. We have got Falconer over there in the glorious Grey Nurse Spit, and we have got Guy over there in the beautiful Hurricane, and I'm pleased to say that both of those are actually showing up in the sim as what they should do, and not something else. And we got Bedbug in a Lightning. I don't know if Bedbug is with us. Give us a shout in the chat if you are, but it's nice to see the Lightning. Really looking forward to the Flying Iron updates. I know there's some Flying Iron updates coming out. There are some odd things at the moment, like for example you can see the pilot, or the pilot's helper is levitating above the cockpit of the Lightning there. It's just one of the quirks in 2024 at the moment. Right, Lewis, I see what you're doing. Take off. I see what you're doing. Take off and then head as far away from me as possible. Where are you? Are you in, Lewis? Are you in? I'm looking out for you. Are you over in the cafe again, getting some of that dodgy, what was it? That stuff that they put on the dirty fries? Black oil mayo, whatever it was. Right, so let's kill the labels now, and quick look around. I need to start concentrating. In fact, I'll tell you what I should do. I should really get the checklist up because it's been so long. It would listen to that. By the way, give me a shout in the chat if the sound is a little bit off. That my sound levels are set up for flying the helicopter. Warbirds might be a little bit noisier, so if you find that the sound of the glorious sound of the warbirds in this wonderful radial engine in front of me starts drowning out my voice, and you actually want to hear what I've got to say, because I'm not going to assume you might not want to hear what I'm yakking on about. But if you do and you can't hear me, give me a shout. I've got a different mix coming in through my headset. God, that sounded professional, didn't it? Oh yeah, I've got a different mix coming in through the headset, you know. Like I know what I'm doing. Right. Okay, so engine start. Cowl flaps fully open. There we go. Throttle, we will crack it. Mixture auto lean. Let's remember where that is. There we go. You're not flying the Spitfire now, Sonny boy. You've got auto mixtures. Supercharger, neutral, lever is automatic. It doesn't do anything. Battery is on. No, that's pitot tube. There we go. You remember where the battery was. What a genius. Fuel selector, right main. What's that sound? Oh, it went quiet. I love the Flying Iron sounds. Actually, that's not Flying Iron. That's the aeroplane Heaven Hurricane, isn't it? Sounded really good. Right, fuel pump is on. And then what is it? It's 8 psi, isn't it? So we have a quick look over here, and we've got 8 psi. See, the needle is quivering in anticipation. Primer 3 to 5 seconds. We're going to go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that the Hurricane coming back? I feel Guy is, but here he comes. Let's just listen to this. Ooh, it went a bit quiet there. I thought we were going to get thunder. Right, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. That's the kind of thing you always want to hear when you're doing a checklist. Blah blah blah. So we've done the primer, ignition onto both, and then we're going to go starter on, and then mixture auto rich. Okay, yeah, I remember that bit. Okay, so oh, let's just quickly check. There we go. We don't want any embarrassing moments with the brakes not being on. I've never done that. Okay, mixture on to fully rich. Let's have a quick look down here. We have got oil pressure, and that's absolutely fine. RPM, let's bring it back. Always find in the Hellcat, because the instrumentation is different, when I've been away from it like I have done, there's always that sense of what when you look at it, because it's slightly different. But there we go, until oil is greater than 40 degrees. So we're good to go now. All temperature's already there. Right, we don't need to worry about that. The tail wheel is unlocked. That's all good. That is open. Oh, I know what I want to have a quick look at. Takeoff. So it just says trim as necessary. I'm trying to remember what the... oh, there we go. Yeah. 2 marks right on the rudder, which is here. I need to get my... authenticate stuff set up. Okay, let's get rid of that. Quick look around. I almost did the helicopter drill then. I was going to say obstacles are building to the right. Okay, remember differential braking on this one. Right, let's have a quick look at the wand. We're doing live weather. The wand is 9 knots from 1 degree. So we're going to be taxiing all the way down to the end, and just watching the wind as it's changing. No, it's going to stay the same. So I think I'm going to take 06 right. I'm actually going to take the hard runway for a change. Where is the windsock? I just want to check that that's interesting. The windsock, maybe it's just the angle, but the windsock looks a little bit different. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, parking brakes, release. Check the brakes, that's all good. There we go. Remember how to steer with the differential brake. There we go. And let's not taxi too fast. Be careful, guy. Warbirds are addictive, mate. This could be the start of you having to volunteer somewhere else. Now we're going a little bit too fast here, and I can see there is someone up ahead. So I'm going to do the polite thing, and I'm going to run onto the grass. Oh, and they're doing the polite thing, and they're going to run onto the grass. So I'm going to come back onto here. I don't know who that was, but thank you. There we go. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, okay. Windsock now makes a bit more sense based on the winds that I'm seeing. There's the American Air Museum. I was just sitting here a couple of weeks ago at the Battle of Britain air display, just round there. So it feels quite special taxiing past, knowing that I was there with my camera going, look, look. And my wife was actually pretending to be interested. Actually, that's a lie. She actually enjoys these now. She's not into aeroplanes, but she loves the atmosphere of the air displays. Okay, we're about to get strafed. Very quiet, isn't it, the Hurricane? I seem to remember the Hurricane being quite loud, but for some reason, maybe it's 2024, something funny going on with that. I have got the canopy open. Okay, right, let's do... I'm just going to do a quick run-up check. I'm not going to do it... Well, actually, if you're going to do a run-up check, do it properly, you Burke. I was going to say I'm not going to do it by the book, but I can almost imagine the screams of anguish from people. People do get very upset in comments if you don't do a proper run-up check. So let's just swing around. That'll do. That'll do. Look at the light effects, wow. Just feel the warmth of the sun. Right, run up check. Wings are spread and locked. Rev to clear the engine. Oh, we're starting to spin there. Let's have the cowl flaps half open. To there. Ball shutter cooler fully open. Propeller full increase it is now. That's interesting. Pulled the wrong lever. Mixture is auto rich. There we go. Fuel selector right main. Yep. Carburetor protected air is fully in. Fuel pressure is 16 to 18. Yes, it is. It's actually a little bit higher than that. Cabin hood is open. Rudder tab is 2 to the right. And that's all good. Okay, so there's nothing there. That is the run-up check, isn't it? Yeah, that is the run-up check. Okay, we'll do a quick mag check. I was expecting a bit more. My sound went a bit funny then. Does anyone else get that out of interest? Since, I want to say it's since SU3, I sometimes get very strange, the sound will suddenly start glitching like that, and I don't know if it's the sim or maybe it's my sound. I'm using the Razer, is it Black Shark headset? So I don't know if it's that that's causing it. Guy, you're absolutely right. They do. I got told off by someone who was trying to make out, I think, that he was a real-world helicopter pilot, and he told me off for taking off backwards. Yeah, I'd forgotten about that. Robert, how the devil are you, sir? I hope all is well with you. Right, okay. Let's concentrate, because this could go nasty. The engine. Oh, damn, it's squirrely on the ground. Damn. That was up quick. So squirrely on the ground. That was not a great takeoff. It almost felt like I had almost felt like I had a load of elevator trim in, but I don't think I do. Right. Let's come back round. Calm everything down and we'll put the labels on. See who we've got. So we've got Angel 15, we've got Falconer. We have got, where is it, Bedbug. And I know Guy, there's Guy. How's the sound, by the way? Can you hear me okay? Is the engine sound okay? Not too quiet, not too loud? I'm loving what Atmos is doing. First time I loaded that Atmos core in, and I'm using the Andrew Bennett profiles, I was sitting on the ground and it kind of transformed as everything kicked in. I was like, oh, I don't know, not too sure about that. And then I did my first flight with it, and it was like, wow, I get it now. So careful with add-ons these days. If I'm going to buy something, I don't want to buy something that I'm going to use once and then go over and never use it again. Which I must admit I did with Rex Weather in 2020. So I wasn't sure about Atmos, but it does look rather cool. Okay, so let's just come back round and then we can start heading on course. There's Duxford. That is, of course, Chico Mix, Duxford, complete. It is a work of art and it's free. Although if you use it, I strongly urge you to donate to the guy on the flightsim.to page, because he's put so much into it. And as crazy as it is, because I'm sitting in a spare room in my house, sitting in front of a computer screen, but when I look down on that, I feel at home. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy but true. Right, enough of my sentimental waffle. Let me get up the old checklist. Come back up. So we've done takeoff, all that's some good. We can now have the fuel pump off, and we can close the shutter doors, concentrate on your flying, and also we can take out the old rudder trim, what we add in. Right, throttle 52.5, oh no, that's takeoff, we don't need that. Cruise settings are down here, aren't they? So we'll go, yeah, let's go. I don't want to outrun the Hurricane, so Guy, you're going to have to shout if it all starts getting a bit, if the Hellcat starts getting ahead of you, then give me a shout. There we go. And we will pop to auto lean. Trim, trim, trim. Trim is your friend, etc., etc. Just want to stabilise the aircraft, and then we can pop outside and have a look at the view. It's not a pretty aeroplane, is it? But it's very purposeful. It looks the business. A bit of stuttering there as things loaded in. I do love this colour scheme though, the dark blue, the navy blue and the yellow. Works so well, but it's not a fashion parade, is it? Okay, I just realised. So, Guy, if you want to take up a heading of 069, I'm going to come round and form up on you, because I could do with the practice, and also as you're the slowest ship, it kind of makes sense. I just need to find you. I just realised there's a lag between me talking and and what's actually happening. So you're going to get this after I said it because of the lag. But yeah, if you take up a heading of about 069. Do some formation stuff. The Hurricane can lead. realise it's been so long since I've flown formation on anybody. Oh, sorry, Angel. That's my fault. Suddenly put the anchors on. Right, let's get rid of the label now. Labels back on because I think probably slowed up a little bit too much there, so let's catch Guy up. There somewhere. Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at my map and completely... Right, Guy, if you want to head on to 309. That's Guy, turn left heading 309. Realised this was going to come with air traffic control. Golf uniform Yankee, turn left heading 309. There we go. It's been a long time since I've vectored anyone around the sky. Okay, so now we're visual, we can get rid of the labels. And I've actually remembered to set up my screenshot button so I can actually take some screenshots. But this is what Flying Warbirds is all about. When you do multiplayer and you can fly formation with other warbirds, it is blooming marvellous. Being very careful not to have too high a closing speed. What am I doing? 230 knots at the moment. Poky cloud up there, didn't it? Well, this is really interesting. I was kind of expecting the Hellcat to catch up with the Hurricane a lot quicker than it actually is, but that's me with throttle wide open now. Okay, I've got 277 now, guys, so I'm catching up now. That's alright, Guy. I didn't want to say anything, mate. It's usually me that doesn't have to have the left-right gloves on. If I ever fly in one of your helicopters, I'll check that you had them on when you replaced the widget. Okay, let's concentrate now. Checking the screenshot is working. Yeah. Try not to get too distracted by that other lovely Hellcat. See if I can hide. There we go. Just hiding the spare pilot hanging off. Strange how that happens with flying iron, but it seems to happen with... does it happen with the Spitfire as well? I can't remember. Okay, I'm so busy dicking about taking screenshots then I lost my formation position, so let's get back into it. Now for me, I say when I fly helicopters that doing an approach or doing any kind of low speed hovering work, something like that, is almost like meditation. Because the concentration, formation flying is very much like that as well. Right, let's just get my head tracking sorted out. Because it's constantly working the throttle and the controls, and my head tracking has decided to, there we go. Come back in. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Come back into a better position. Do you want to just come right a few degrees, Guy? Just a few degrees, that's all. I could tell you were heading, but I'm concentrating too much on positioning. I've got a little nav map set up on another screen, so I can just about see the line of my heavily scratched together flight plan. It's always a temptation when you're doing formation flying like this to take screenshots, which is what I just did, but taking concentration away from flying for that split second, you suddenly find yourself all over the place. Okay, yeah, that heading's good. It's a nasty old cloud up ahead. We might want to get below the cloud, I think. Not that I'm scared or nothing, but we might see a bit more of the ground. That's all. Yeah, heading's good, Guy. Heading's good. Oh, that is so beautiful. The colours on that Hurricane. See if I can just get a slightly, whoa, better angle. I think we're hitting a bit of turbulence here as we get close to the cloud, which is no surprise. In the cloud. That's it. See if we can pop out underneath. It's coming over Corby in Northamptonshire. It is proper murky down here, isn't it? Proper murky. John, this is 2024 SU3. Right. If you want to keep that heading, Guy, I'm just going to come back and have a look at the other chaps. Let's get the labels back on. Here we go. We've got Falconer. And another spit. Lovely. We've got Bedbug in the Lightning. It's an absolute crime that I don't fly that Lightning more. Really is. Absolute blooming crime. Are you still there, Lewis? Are you joining us, fella? Can I see you, lad? Okay. This is actually working out quite well. As long as Guy doesn't mind leading the formation and maintaining the heading, this is working really nicely. Okay, we're going to have a closer look at this Lightning because I do like it. I just rarely fly it. Looks like we've got drop-in fizz up ahead, possibly some rain. If Guy, if IFR training includes having a Duxford mug of tea next to you and wearing a Duxford t-shirt, then I am fully IFR trained. Do not worry. Always makes me think of flying balls. Balls! Sniggering at the back. Someone just ejected from the Lightning. That's a very good point, Guy. We're not doing air-to-air refueling. We're going to have to land. We're going to have to earn our refueling, and I need the practice. So if anyone wants to refuel, then shout out early, and we'll pick somewhere to go in. There's plenty of places while we're down in England. It might be worth stopping at Carlisle maybe, or Walney Island. Let's face it, whichever way I do it, my landing is going to be utterly crap. That's a really nice repaint on that Lightning. Okay. So back up here, where are we? Oh, heading over Thurmaston. This is the great thing about doing group flights in the Hellcat, because it's quite nippy. You can hurtle around. The only problem is you do end up using a lot of fuel, as I have found before. It's a little bit embarrassing when you run out of fuel because you're the Herbert that's been ducking around and hurling your aircraft around. Okay, so just moving back into position on Guy. Before I should have done that, I should have had a quick check with the old mappage. No autopilot here. Look at that hurricane, isn't it? Just beautiful. I have to say, Guy, your flying is really nice. I think as anyone who does formation flying will know, you are so dependent on the leader of the formation to fly a nice, steady, controlled flight path. And Guy's doing a tremendous job of that. If the guy that you're trying to form up on is jiggling around all over the place, then it makes life very difficult. Me then, I took a screenshot and kind of went a bit trying to get, there we go, let's not get too close, Roberto. Yeah, that was my fault. Trying to get close in to do a screenshot and got a little bit too close then. A little bit too close for comfort, Guy. Don't want to damage the paintwork on your Hurricane. That's a nice nice sight, the Hurricane and the lightning. Okay, right. Can we come right 15 degrees, please, Guy? I'd give you a heading, but I can't see over on the map. Flying at, you want to fly at the Mersey? Do you know what? If you want to fly up the Mersey, Guy, we'll fly up the Mersey. I haven't got it marked on the map, but if you want to, basically we want to get to the Lake District. So I honestly don't mind if you want to. If you want to take the nav and take us up the Mersey, you are more than welcome. Guy has the helm. Right now, see, this is the only problem with flying formation. Well, Mugger T next to me, but now I can't get to it because I'm flying formation. Okay, I'm going to break away. T has suddenly become important. Right, I need to keep an eye on Guy. There we go. Chilled out Sunday. There's the other Hellcat. There's a lovely spit. Look at that, the Grey Nurse. Beautiful repaint. The Aussie spit. Anyone who has joined and yeah, that sounds fine, Guy. Absolutely fine. We just want to chill out for a bit. Yeah, anybody who wants to join, by the way, we're on the Southeast Asia server. I would say very roughly your options are, if you spawn in at They're helipads, I think. Tatton Hill rather. If you're quick and you come in at Tatton Hill. What else? Brook Farm Airstrip. If you want to join, give me a shout and I'll show you on the map. Fuel check. Now we're getting serious. You can tell Guy's in charge. He's an aircraft. Right, I need to balance my tanks. So I've been forgetting to do that. So I can't get my... There we go. So 25 in the right, full left, full reserve. So I'm going to just switch to the left. There we go. Right, where's my chaps gone? See, this is what happens when you prat about and you don't pay attention. Right, Guy, where have you gone, mate? So, hoping that Guy's nameplate is just there. I can see it. Okay. Take the labels off now. It's nice to see it's cleared up a bit as well. We seem to be in some nicer skies now. The Spitz spare pilot. He doesn't like to sit up top. He just likes to. He's almost like surfing behind. That is a beautiful Spitfire. It's a lovely repaint. I do like the grey and the green camouflage. What, didn't you have that in the A2A1, Lewis? Hey? Did you not model that? That's right, Lewis has just made the point about the pilot position. Yeah, it's a glitch in the Flying Iron Warbirds at the moment. Hopefully it's going to get fixed in their updates, but for some reason in 2024 you have these external pilots. Oh, cheers, Falcon. That's a shame. Thanks for joining, mate. It's good to have you along. Some cloud suddenly getting injected there. Don't often see that. That sudden injection of clouds. I'm so distracted by that. My flying is absolutely crap there. Wandering around the sky like a drunken sailor. Sorry, we did say loose formation, didn't we? Yeah, the only aircraft I'm seeing that hasn't got a pilot flying externally when I get close is the Hurricane. The flying iron aircraft, you have to get within a certain distance and then suddenly it appears at a distance. Like the Lightning there's no external pilot at the moment, but at some point it will pop in. Faux show. Ferry across the Mersey. Stop singing. I have to say, I'm kind of glad we're doing this, guy, because I wouldn't have thought of doing this, and it's a slight change. And I was born on the Wirral, so it's pretty close. Never quite understood that. Why is it called the Wirral? You don't say Wirral, it's the Wirral. God, I really do need to stop waffling. Where are we? Coming up on zoom the map in a little bit. I can do that now that I'm not navigating. It's Stoke-on-Trent, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Stoke-on-Trent. Lewis, better than a silly heli-whopper flight. Dude, you don't know what you're missing. I have to say, it's nice to be back in a Warbird, but I tell you the weird thing, flying fixed wing after doing so much helicopter flying, is how suddenly it's I'm going to choose my word carefully here, just checking that, keeping an eye on where Guy is so I don't lose him, how restricted it feels. Like in a helicopter now, you get so used to, like, you see an interesting point on the ground, like, I don't know, that patch of grass there in all the trees, and you could just go and land on it. Or you see a football ground over there. That was good timing. I didn't know that was going to happen. And you could go and land in it. Whereas fixed wing, you're kind of stuck just going forwards. But it is lovely being in a Warbird again. It's interesting seeing that the Bijan mod has started to change the trees now that we head up into a bit of autumn. Oh, look at that. Greyness powering through. Anyway, how is everybody on this Sunday afternoon? Time here in the UK is now 10 minutes past 3. The weather up here is definitely cleared up nicely. glad Guy called out for a fuel check actually, because otherwise I would have totally forgotten that I need to manually switch tanks. Yeah, helicopters are quite versatile, aren't they? From that point of view. Guy's just said he likes the fact that he can land 100 yards from his car at work. Tell you what really surprised me, seeing some of the footage. I should say Guy works at Historic Helicopters. I think the video of the link starting up, and it's in quite a tight spot, isn't it? It's not like it's out on a field or out in an open space. It's quite a tight spot. So absolute respect to the pilots for doing what they do. Blimey, it's getting hot in here. Crew over there for all you town spotters. Old, thank you for subscribing, much appreciated. Good to have you along. Not me, sniggering at the back again. I can suddenly hear something very close, and I'm trying to. Oh, we said about loose formation. I'm like a moth to a flame, Guy. That hurricane. I just keep wanting to get close up to it. Don't take it personally. It is gorgeous. Right, screenshot. I'm just going to back off a bit because my mug is calling me again. Oh, I've lost him. That's what happens when you read the chat. Right, there's the lightning. I'm going to break off because I've lost visual with Guy, so for safety's sake, break away. There's Guy. Overcooked that just a tad. What is that we're coming up on? Beeston Castle. Sorry, there's a castle. I've got to have a look at this. Castle. And there is actually a castle. Amazing. How cool. Thank heavens for Orbeck's POIs or whatever injected that. Right, Guy. So we're coming up on the Mersey. So ferry cross the Mersey. Yeah. Shut up. Shut up, Rob. Don't you start with the karaoke. God, Aiden's not here, he'd be clipping it. Okay, where's that? I'm just going to slip up over the top a little bit. Get back in position over here. There's the Hurricane. Stutter on the old server there. Yeah, Blackpool's fine, guy. Absolutely fine. Chester over there, famous Roman town, and the location of my first, let me think, yeah, my first underage drink in a pub. It wasn't a pub actually, it was back in the 80s, so it was a wine bar. There's nothing quite like that moment where you'd like trying to, yeah, I do this all the time, love. You know, wine bars every night. Can I have a bottle of Newcastle Brown, please? Yeah, no, I drink all the time. Yeah, no, I'm a stockbroker. Ellesmere Port, famous for the Vauxhall car plant, which I presume is still here. It's been a long time since I've been up this way. Trying to look at the scenery, but also trying not to fly like a complete wally. So I don't want to get too close to Guy, because then I really do have to be careful. So I want to get close enough that we're in formation, but that I can still do that and do that. And this is the Mersey estuary, isn't it? It's blooming huge. It's funny, you don't necessarily realise just how big this is. There's a good reason why there's a ferry from Birkenhead across to Liverpool, and also a tunnel that goes under it, because it's chuffing huge. That's not good. I've lost Guy under me. Wang. So let's just break off to the left a bit. There we go. It's too busy. Hello, what's that? Oh, just some docks. So yeah, there's the Wirral on the left. Funny, none of my family are actually born and bred Wirral, but they just ended up being there. I'm kind of part London, part Lancashire, but everyone ended up on the Wirral. That's quite detailed, isn't it? I guess that's just some photogrammetry or whatever it's called. Sprinkle that on your cornflakes, love. Right, let's get back in. We're coming up in Liverpool now, so we need to have a slightly better formation. There's the Liver building. And ahead, of course, we have the Port of Liverpool. And to the left, I'm not going to look, I'm going to look, there it is! Is Birkenhead, but we've gone past it. Got to say, the scenery is looking rather splendid today, isn't it? There's the old docks. There's the new docks. There's a nice lighthouse. Do you know when your sim is about to crash, it starts doing funny things? Mine is doing that, and I'm kind of feel like I'm clinging on by my fingernails. I'm hoping it's not suddenly going to go, but it's doing some weird stuff. But maybe it's just loading stuff in. Oh, the ship's down there. The scenery is just incredible. Excuse me. Yeah, we're getting some odd stuttering coming from something. Which I presume, I don't know if you guys who are flying are also seeing it, but well, that was really nice. I enjoyed that. Thanks for that, guy. That was good fun flying through, or above the Mersey. Flying through the Mersey would have been a bad idea. Okay, so Blackpool it is then. Right, I'm just going to break off a little bit just to relax the formation. Have a slug of me tea. So, it's weird stuttering was doing it again. Yeah, so if we land at Blackpool, and then that's a good opportunity to get the kettle on as well, I think. How are we all feeling? It's gone quiet in the chat, but how are we all feeling? Do we want to carry on from Blackpool somewhere? Yep, west to east, break, perfect. And I do hope nobody's doing a really serious IFR flight there. I'm laughing, but actually I am quite conscious of that. Nothing more frustrating when you're doing a proper serious Cecil flight and some idiot comes bowling in. It's a very strange things going on with the FPS there, and it's happening. If I suddenly do that, there we go. Nice platform there. I don't know if you can see that, guy, if you deliberately did that, but thank you, because now I wish I was in a helicopter. I want to land on it. I want to land. Were any of you other guys in the flying seeing that stuttering back there? Mine seems to have gone now. Wake turbulence off, so I know it's not that, and we would have seen that earlier if it was. Robert, good question. Is there a reason you don't use voice comms? Yes, because I don't like broadcasting the Discord chat out onto the internet. Because if people want to come along and just have a relaxed flight, then you know, they shouldn't feel that they're being broadcast. And there is a way round that, but I haven't got it set up. But it's something that I can do. I did it on the last kind of official group flight that we had. I could set up Discord comms through a software mixer so that I can hear it and I can talk to the people on the Discord, but they're not getting broadcast across the internet. I think I can see Blackpool over there, but I'm trying to keep a formation with Guy where I'm not too close, because to be frank, I'm not confident enough in the turn at the moment that I wouldn't bang into him, and also just give us some spacing for coming in. But I can see Blackpool there. Tower, warbird formation running in from the west for a break. Now we can tuck in a bit. Whoa! There's Guy gone. Now I'll go. Get into serial Cecil landing mode. Right, so my wind, no sniggering at the back, is 16 knots from 342, so I'm going to take runway 31. Yes, I is. Right, where is everyone else? Let's just get the labels back on for this. Okay. Now that's interesting, but is it? There we go. Just check where everyone else is. So. Oh, okay, Guy. Yeah, I think. Sorry, not Guy. Robert. I think in MSFS you can have comms in MSFS, but we tend to use Discord for the comms. But probably not explaining it. As it stands at the moment, my OBS software that I'm using to stream is picking up obviously my microphone, but also the sound of my computer. So if I was chatting on Discord now, even though it's a private Discord channel, for people who are members of the Discord, link down below and all that, it would be broadcast onto the interwebs. But there is a way round that, as I say, and I should be concentrating on landing rather than yakking. There is a way round that using a software mix that I've got. This is going to be a horrendous landing, I can feel it already. So 3-1. The great thing about the Hellcat is that it's got these wonderful Navy-esque flaps that you just dangle down, and they don't get in the way, and they adjust themselves. Oh, I really am rusty with the Hellcat. It doesn't glide in the same way as the Spit. And I haven't locked the tail wheel. That's alright. Nothing to worry about. Oh, we're getting blown around. What a tiny runway it is. This is not going to be pretty. We're quickly running out of runway. Quickly running out of runway. Go around. That was pathetic. Absolutely bloody pathetic. But that's what you get. That's what you get for not keeping on top of your warbird stuff, Roberto, you plonker. It's not very long runway, is it? But when you think that these things landed on carrier decks. Okay. Dangle the Dunlops. Let's try and do this a little bit more professionally. Of course, if I really was going to be professional about this, I would have checked what the correct landing speed of the Hellcat is. Being an utter plonker, I haven't. Floating. Bouncing like a rubber ball. Wasn't that a Liverpool band? Blimmin' heck, fellas. That was interesting. Quite nice that it's such a short runway, because it doesn't mean that you have to keep your wits about you. Right, I can see Bedbugs is coming in, so I'm just going to stop here, let him do his thing. Wow, that was interesting. Right, I'm going to scoot over to where you guys are. No one else on final, is there? Guy, you are doing it like a boss. Having a coffee machine there. I've actually got to go downstairs to the kettle. Oh, listen to that. Oh, you can almost smell the fuel burning. Need to do something about my I don't know if it's my brake curves or something else, but my god, that's sensitive. I'm going to pull up next to Angel. Right, okay, so let's parking brake on. Okay, quick check over here and let's have battery off. Right, so oh, SU3 has caused issues with brakes across the board. Yeah, it's really weird. It's incredibly sensitive. But again, I maybe need to do something with my settings. Okay, so I'm going to quickly put the kettle on, make a brew. We are going to carry on doing this. If you want to stick with the stream, now's the time to grab your snacks or whatever it is you want to do. And yeah, we will see you back down very shortly in a couple of minutes. Okay, see you in a second. Right, we're back. We're back. Okay. By the way, I don't know about anyone else. I've not had one of these tonic tea cakes things in years. And then someone brought some into work the other day. I'm blooming addicted. Love the damn things. Yeah, TeamSpeak. Yeah, I think I might have used that before. So Discord works in the same way, but the problem, Rob, is even if I was using TeamSpeak, it would be getting broadcast, as it is at the moment, it would be getting broadcast through my stream, and that's the problem. So what I do is I've got some free software from Logitech, which called Mixline, where I can separate what goes to OBS, so that it means that I can talk in Discord, or people can talk in my Discord, and I can be part of that voice chat, but it doesn't get broadcast. There you go. Right, let's have a look at the fuel. Bum, 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 bum. I'll just top up a little bit. There we go. That's all good. Okay. My my joystick mount has just come loose. Excuse me. There we go. Right. Okay, now, so let's see if I quickly look at the map. So what we are going to do now is we are going to we'll fly through the Lake District. Fly through the Lake District, and maybe we'll see how it goes. See what time we get to Carlisle. Oh, excuse me a moment. Oh. Oh, I'm just looking where I've got a taxi. Okay, that's all good. Straight over there. Cool. Right. Are we all good to go? Press is good. 1, 2, 3. I shouldn't really need much in the way of primer now, or I shouldn't think. Right, just double check. Yeah, parking brake is on. That's all good. Have I done Nick City? I don't think I have. Let's just do that again. Okay, that's a nice sound, whatever was making that. Okay, let's start. Something else I've noticed with the flying iron spins, and this Hellcat wants to do it as well, is it will spin on the ground if the torque is, even though the brakes are on, the torque is twisting it. Okay, right. So we're auto-rich, that's all good, that's all good, that's fine, that's unlocked. Remember we need to do that. Okay, quick chat, yeah, okay. So I'm, yeah, wind is 350, 12 knots, so I'm going to take runway 31. Still. see what's that pressure trip. Okay, he's alright. I'm going to get in his way. Now VF 970 I spotted as a spit. I don't know if he's with us. Steady on, old boy. Okay, let's wait, there's my stick bouncing around. No sniggering in the back, Jesus. Okay, how are we doing over there? What's he doing? Yeah, he's not doing an approach, so I'm not going to get in his way. And there is nothing on approach, so let's go. Oh. Do not forget okay, on y va. Close the window. Just gonna have a look at Blackpool. Details actually quite superb, isn't it? Trim, well, not too much trim. Tonnage T-cakes, wow. Another run along Blackpool front. What kind of warbird pilot am I? Flying along. Eating. When I should be flying. And so we bid farewell to Blackpool. Okay. Oh, where's Guy? There he is. So Guy, what were you flying before? Was it 227? Lord Flashart, yeah. Try and put the brakes on. So, decisions. Oh, guy's going over that way anyway. Hokey dokey. Follow the coast-ish up to Lancaster. When I was at school, we used to play rugby against a team up this way called Rossall School, and I always remember. It was like we'd been sent to the Arctic or something. It was always blowing in absolute gale, and it was always cold and wet and horrible. And we thought they were hard as nails. Okay, is that any better? I think I know what it is. I think my mic had had dropped down a little bit. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Broadsword calling Danny boy. Yeah, cool. Thanks, Guy. Busy looking at the map if you're wondering why my aircraft is going all over the shop. Okay, cool. So a quick look. Bedbug is there. I've lost visual with Guy. Temperatures are fine. The Hellcat is certainly a little bit more forgiving than the Spitfire when it comes to temperatures, but you still have to keep your eyes open. In fact, open my oil cooler just a shade. Okay, cool. Just a quick look. Okay, I see it. Cool. So at the moment I'm doing 225, so that should be, if I leave my power settings there, hopefully that should be okay for the Hurricane. There's Lancaster. And we're going to do some lovely low flying up through the Lake District. There's another castle down there. There is the glorious M6. Do love the M6. Not. Twice a month I have to head north with my work. And the M6, she's a fickle mistress. One way of putting it. 225 knots. I'm just checking my ground speed is actually 238. Actually, I'm doing 250. 250 indicated. How's the... Do you want me to back off a bit? We did some search and rescue up here not a million years ago. That was good fun. I seem to remember. It's an interesting red building. It's caught my eye. Oh, it's not a red building, it's a red tree. It's one of those Bijan autumnal trees. Very red. Okay, I'm coming back on the power guy. Something else actually I'm realising now, and was definitely seeing it landing, is that the Hellcat, when it gets low like this, is really affected by turbulence. Jesus Christ, it is bouncing all over the place. It tried to flip onto its back just then, and the wind right now isn't particularly strong. It's what, 10 knots, 10 knots almost on the nose. Okay, we're just going to come around this headland, so just left turn. There's no point me telling you what I'm going to do, because of the lag you're gonna get this late. So yes, reminder to self, next time we do anything like this I must set up the mixer so that I can talk to you guys on Discord. It's very picturesque, isn't it? I'm deliberately trying to... there's that turbulence again. My lord! Good God. Be interested to see when they do the 2024 update if that makes much of a difference, because that definitely feels a little bit exaggerated. And that explains why the landing was quite hairy. Ugh. Wasn't down to the fact that I'm rusty at all. So, oh, there it is again. Good God. Really having to control it. because it wants to twist. It's like some giant has got his hand on the aircraft like it's a toy plane, and every now and again he just grabs it. It's almost like helicopter inputs. Constantly having to do these little... Jeez, there we go. So, come here, windmill. Famous Lake Windermere. At this point it would be rather handy if I A, concentrated on where the aeroplane is going, but B, just wound the map out a bit, and C, tended to my itchy nose. Oh, Andy, thank you. So you're seeing it as well. At least I know I'm not going mad. Yeah, it's really quite violent, isn't it? It's not too bad to control it when you're kind of flying fast, low level. You just have to keep your wits about you. But certainly coming into land, that was quite interesting. But I guess it's good practice for poor weather landings and all that. Right, there's a dirty great big mast there, so I need to keep an eye out for that. Okay, I've got wake turbulence off in the sim. But it's definitely, it's like all of a sudden you reach a certain height above the ground and then it just goes absolutely bonkers. There's the classic U-shaped glacial valley up ahead, which was my marker point. Just there we go. So it's just hitting it there. Whoa, Jesus! Yeah, and it just goes absolutely mad. Very suddenly, wants to hurl you to your death. Or flip you onto the back. Sorry, Guy. I have not checked position. Are you okay? I'm sure I can hear you. I think it's the hurricane I can hear. I do like these colours on the trees. That is kind of cool. And I'm being very stupid flying this low with that turbulence thing going on. That is just asking for trouble. Although that's interesting, it's quite smooth over water. I'm not seeing it over water. Be interesting to see what happens as soon as we reach land up here. Be interested to see if that turbulence comes back in. It's obviously... Oh, no, that was just a stutter. Okay, getting ready now. Let's see what the turbulence does now when we hit this land. There it is. Bloody hell. Pardon me. Yeah, straight away that kicked in. Over the top of this. Down onto the other side. Yeah, straight away that kicked in. How gorgeous is it up here, eh? Absolutely stunning. Okay, there we go. That was a good example. So all of a sudden, nose pitching down, and then it wanting to roll onto its back. Okay, be careful. I'm getting way too low here, considering it's trying to kill us. Stunning scenery. Now, that's a bit of a shame. It looks like the Autogen has put Dunder Mifflin on the side of the hill there. That's a bit of a shame. And not really seen that. Not seen a gaff like that on the side of a mountain. But that's pretty obvious, isn't it? I'm just looking to see. That's Skiddaw, isn't it? Yeah. Oh God, curiosity's got the better of me. Sorry guys, I've got to see what that is. I'm curious to what Autogen is seeing as a... Okay, let's just come around here. Cocked up that, haven't I? Interesting, there's nothing on... I'm not seeing anything obvious on the maps. There's no buildings on the satellite view, so... I don't know why it's planted that Autogen there, but that's very odd. Yeah, I've never seen buildings on the side of mountains in the sim like that. It's usually really good. So let's just follow this ridge line. If we're in a helicopter, we could land now, get out, have a brew, have a Kit Kat. Other biscuits are available. Okay. Try it in the new American Scout. It gets interesting when you're only doing 50 knots. Yeah, I've not got that. How are we doing on distance, Guy? I realise I've been prattling about looking at mountainside office blocks, but are we still good for speed? Okay, what's the time? Yeah. So we will head to Carlisle Airport. Trying to remain the right way up primarily, but otherwise all good. Cheers. Yeah, so we'll head to Carlisle and then we shall land there, and then it's tea and medals all round. So not a bad flight, really. We've started off at Duxford, gone across the Pennines, said hello to... no, we didn't go across the Pennines, did we? kind of south of that. Said hello to the Mersey. Refueled at Blackpool. Nice little hop through the Lake District and land at Carlisle. I was going to try and push it to Glasgow. Blimey, listen to me. Yeah, we were going to go to Glasgow, were we? Yes, Glasgow, oh boy. Yeah, I was going to see if we could push it to Glasgow, but probably don't have enough time, if I'm honest. Oh wow. Oh, there's quite a few now. Oh, I'll take a shot. Sorry, anybody who's trying to form 8 on me, flying like a lunatic, taking screenshots. Highly unprofessional. So, just looking at Glasgow, Carlisle. So look at the weather. For anyone who wants it, the QNH is 1021. And I think, well, according to the weather, it's saying 01 or 06. I'm thinking 01 looks a tad short. So I might take 06 and just have a bit of a crosswind. Be good practice. Left turn. So we'll do a run in and brake on 06. I will come back on the juice a little bit. And then I'll vector. Oh, sorry about that. Vector is in. This is exactly what I was talking about before when I was saying how well Guy was doing, because he was flying so steady that it's easy to form 8 on him, whereas I'm looking at my stream thing, I'm looking at the chat, I'm looking at the map, and consequently my aircraft is going all over the place, so pity help anyone who's trying to form 8 on me. There's Carlisle. Now I don't think I've got any third-party scenery in for Carlisle Airport. So I've just realised that I'm going rather slow. I put the anchors on and hadn't quite realised just how much I put the anchors on. So there's no one at Carlisle Airport, which is quite good. So we're not going to ruin anyone's day. The weather's proper murky over there, isn't it? slightly, and then we can give them a good old wing. Everybody loves a wing. There we go. Give the tower a wing. That wasn't really a break, was it? That was just me prattling around, trying to fly, showing the profile of the aircraft to the display crowd. Okay. Dunlops having been dangled, we will now attempt a landing. With that crazy turbulence again. It's interesting, I've realised now, and I'm waffling but I'm talking out loud or thinking out loud, what I thought was potentially the aircraft potentially stalling was in fact that weird turbulence, which means I was probably going too fast, if that makes sense. I was feeling the wings kind of dropping, which I thought was stalling, but I think it was the turbulence. Drops like a stone, this thing, it really does. Oh, it's suddenly getting dark over there. So, come over a little bit too far to the right, so let's adjust that. Watch the drift, being caught by the wind. No sniggering at the back. Vacate the runway smartish. It's interesting. I didn't feel the. Oh, that's beautiful. I didn't feel the. Spit it out. Turbulence so much. Then I'm going to stop here because that was just. That was a wonderful sight. I don't know how well that came across on the stream, but. Seeing the guys coming in there, beautiful. Okay, where should we park? Okay, we'll park up here. We'll go and give the tower chaps the thrill, hey? Oh, hang on a minute. Let's unlock the tail wheel. And then you're not going to be using your brakes so much. Funny, it's like skidding around on ice once you unlock the tail wheel. Let's get some fresh air. Funny, you can tell my stick's on a 15cm extension, so when I let go of it, boing. Do we want to? Yes, we do want to come off here. Yeah, I thought I might have some third party, but I'm pretty sure I don't, although that tower looks a bit... I do so little flying into stock airports. But that's standard issue, isn't it? That's not third party. Now the Discord has been going absolutely berserk, so I don't know what that is, but I don't even know if it's my Discord, but it's bleeping away. Right, parking brake on. That's all good. Pitot off. Let's clear the baffles. Lovely jubbly. Oh, that was good fun. Okay, cheers, Guy. Wow. Thank you for that. That's why the Discord was going mad. Sorry to everyone in the chat, just having to. Okay. Okay, I think I've got more. We'll get the RF police out on him. Brilliant. Okay. How lovely. So, that was a good old flight, that. That was a good couple of hours or so. We have been doing that. Look at that, we've managed to deal with an emergency. Guy, that's the professionalism that we have in this group. If it's not an engine fire in the H145, it's some idiot spamming in the Discord. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining. Thanks to the guys that joined for the flight. That was great fun. Thanks to Guy for the diversion down the Mersey. That was very pleasant. Enjoyed that. Nice to see somewhere that was unplanned. And yeah, thanks to you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. We have a Discord. Discord link is down below, and I look forward to seeing you on the channel again soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.